Why is every person infinitely valuable? Well, are you ready for some good news? Your worth isn't measured by what you sacrifice for Jesus. Your worth is measured by what Jesus has sacrificed for you. I've been practicing a simple prayer. Jesus, how do you see this? It's a little spiritual discipline that moves us away from the moralistic attempt to try harder to do what Jesus would do, and instead, it fuels us with fresh vision. It's especially important to see other human beings through the eyes of Jesus. When you borrow Jesus' eyes for people, you'll see them from the perspective of the Redeemer. To redeem means to buy back. Paul said directly in 1 Corinthians 6, you were bought with a price, and it was an infinite price. One of the pastors on our staff, David Hastings, was a friend and employee for Andrew Wyeth, who was one of the most important American artists of the 20th century. Wyeth was the first painter to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the first living American artist to be elected to Britain's Royal Academy, and in 2007, Wyeth received the National Medal of Arts. He was a fantastic realist. Wyeth and David Hastings had some mutual friends, the Cipollars. In fact, Andrew Wyeth actually painted an unusual portrait of the Cipollars, a picture of Andrew Wyeth here, but here is the portrait that he painted of the Cipollars. Very interesting, unusual, maybe a little creepy. People are sleeping there, but it's beautiful. Well, one day Wyeth was visiting the Cipollars, and he said, do you remember when I gave you some paintings? I'd given him about 4 paintings previously. He said, do you still have those? And the Cipollars said, well, yes, we do. They're rolled up in the closet. They keep saying to themselves, we should get them framed. And Andrew Wyeth said to them, well, are you aware of maybe how much they're worth? And they said, well, you've become quite well known. They could be worth hundreds of dollars. And imagine the Cipollars' shock when Andrew Wyeth came over and gently took their hands and said, humbly, the last paintings that were comparable to those have been selling for $250,000 each. They had $1 million of Wyeth paintings rolled up in their closet. Andrew Wyeth's last painting that was auctioned went for $18 million. When you see the worth of something, it changes how you feel about it. It changes how you protect it. It changes how you treat it. So the answer for human relationships is not trying harder to be better people. The answer is to ask Jesus for His eyes and look through the lens of the Redeemer, and what you'll see is that every person is infinitely valuable because Jesus paid an infinite price for them. And when you see people that way, it changes everything, and that's the gospel. Well, that's today's good news. You can get more like it by clicking right here on other videos, or better yet, please subscribe, tell others about it, and start out every day with good news.